What's going on, y'all? It's Money back on another episode of Mondays with Money, and y'all can see that the setup kind of changed a little bit. I don't know how I like how this looks right now. I feel like I want to get a stand for this mic so I can have it like in front of my face, because now I got everything a little offset. But my voice should be coming through my voice should be coming through crystal clear right now. But let's get back into it. Let's get right into it. I won't start rambling on like I normally do. But one thing, actually, I do have one update that I want to start putting out, because my homeboy I actually got two different ideas from my homeboys. One of my homeboys told me that I should start doing a Freestyle Fridays. And that's what I'm going to start doing. So I'm going to start doing Freestyle Fridays just to get more content out there, because that's something I can do. I think that's definitely something I can do and something I can accomplish and get to y'all every week. So I'm going to try to start doing that. And then the second thing, in terms of my reading with a real nigga, I know it's been maybe a month or two since I put one out, but I'm going to put one out every month now. But I'm gonna go more in depth into what I'm reading and what I want to get out and what I want to say. So the video is gonna take me a little longer to do, but when they do get out, they're gonna be hefty. They're gonna be real hefty. So I hope y'all are ready for that. And I only mention that because today I wanted to talk about one of the books that I've been reading, which is The Value of Others. And a brief synopsis of this book will tell you that Orion, I think that's his name, Orion Taraban, what he says in this book is that he poses the theory of relationships being related to transactions. He says that for any relationship to be a relationship, there has to be a transaction. People have to be always exchanging equal goods to each other in order for a relationship to take place. And this is all about the sexual marketplace. So he relates everything to an economic standpoint and relates people's values and attractiveness to what they have to offer in the marketplace. And one thing that I really got from that was it's a very unfortunate way to look at relationships. Nobody wants to be with someone who they're getting nothing from. And people aren't going to stay with someone who stopped giving them what they had given them before. It's why so many people go out of relationships. They're like, oh, that's just not the person I wanted. That's not the person who I thought they were. Because in the beginning, maybe they're getting a lot of what they want. But as time progresses, they start getting a lot more of what they don't want and less of what they want in the beginning. So it's a give and take. And it really makes me feel as if love is conditional, always conditional. Love is always conditional, because if you really think about it, right? When people love you, it's for specific reasons. It's for what you provide to them. What value can you provide to that person, and what value are you providing at the present moment, right? So if they're providing that value, as long as they're providing that value, you will love them. Exclude family, just think about friends and people close to you, and think about the relationships that you have and people you say that you love, aside from family, because love with family is often unconditional. But 9 times out of 10, the relationships that we have with people around us and just peers is conditional. Think about it yourself. You have someone in your life who is a pleasure to spend time around. You guys have a good time. You guys enjoy the same things. You do the same things, yada, yada, yada. And you feel as if you love them. They're very close to you. Now, let's say they stop all of that. People don't often take an entire 180, but there's a lot of circumstances in life when a lot of things about them start to change, and change a lot over time. Some people may dive into depression. Some people might start doing drugs. I mean, it's the way of life. Think about how those things can change and how a relationship can deteriorate. As those things start to deteriorate, you don't feel the same feelings that you've always felt for that person. Those feelings start to die. Those things don't just stay around. Once you stop getting what you normally got or what you wanted to get out of that specific relationship, your feelings start to die. Think about how many people you see on the internet who talk about relationships and they're like, oh, we lost the spark. Like things just weren't the same anymore. It's because they stopped getting what they were receiving at first. These people often reach a point where they feel as if whatever they're giving and what they're getting is no longer equal. In order for a relationship to be equal, they're trading unequal goods of comparable value. So the things that they're trading aren't necessarily equal in sense, in a vacuum, but they're comparable to each other. The moment that you stop getting these things of value from someone else, is the moment that the feelings start to fade with that person. So a lot of people like to think that love is such a strong bond, such a strong thing, but it's built on conditions. It's always and always will be conditional. Aside from family, aside from the people who are a part of your family, a part of your extended family, whatever, love with other people is conditional. It's not always going to stick around. They have to keep providing value to you, or else you just get kicked to the curb, or you kick them to the curb. And it's really unfortunate to think about, because one thing I think we all have to understand is that we all provide value, in a sense, to all the people around us. And that's why some of us are more or less important to the people around us. If we're not providing consistent value to those close to us, why would they want to keep spending time with us? And when I say providing value, think of things that you can exchange with someone. Just being in someone's presence, someone being a good person is something you can exchange. Having someone who's a pleasure to be around is an exchange. But if they stop being pleasant to be around, why would you keep being around them? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining this to the best of my ability, but this is the best way I can really explain it. We have a plethora of things that we have to offer, and things that are perceived to be valuable by other people. And people don't engage into relationships with other people unless they are convinced that this person has a lot of what we want and less of what we don't. But if they have a lot of what we don't and less of what we want, why would we be interested in them? The value that someone can provide is what starts and evokes those feelings of emotion, that feeling of desire, that feeling of going towards someone. They have something we value. There's something valuable about them. And once that value starts to diminish and those things start to fade, is when we start feeling a little different. It's an unfortunate way to look at life. But I really believe that's how it goes. It's an unfortunate way of life. And that also ties into something else that I wanted to talk about, because a lot of people, they think like, why does everyone treat relationships and things like a game? Life is a game. It's all a game. You either play or get left behind. There's a game to life, and there's a way in which you have to live if you want to be successful in all areas of your life. There are games you have to play. And to choose not to play is to choose to be unsuccessful and fail. There's always a game. There's always a give and take with everything in life. And until people are able to understand that, they'll be set up for failure. So that's what I wanted to get into today. I hope y'all learn something from this. I hope everyone learns something from this. I'm going to get deeper into this book, so maybe I'll be able to explain a lot better of what I was trying to say today, but I believe I put my point across very well. But yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. Happy Monday.
We weren't together and wasn't embracing this, baby. I'm back on the rodeo spot. You acting like you was so innocent, baby. You know that I know that you not. Gotta crank up the air in this room, cause when we in that big girl, you know that it's hot. And you know we ain't playing no music, cause I love that sweet little voice that you got. You all in my thoughts, girl, I can't get you out.